What's up, everybody? You're very welcome along to the final preview of the season. The Reds finish up at home against Roy Hodgson's Crystal Palace, and we pretty much know that a win will secure Champions League football. Yes, there are some crazy permutations where Leicester win by an ungodly amount of goals and we don't. That could see us perhaps drop out. But look, the odds are, with the 3-0 win against Burnley, with the 4-goal swing and goal difference, a win against Crystal Palace should be enough to see us somehow claw our way back into the Champions League. And I don't know about you, my friends, but that's a season that I'll take at this moment in time. We all had high hopes at the start of the season, but injuries, COVID, no fans, mental fatigue, physical fatigue, and lots of other bits and pieces have seen the season pan out to be one of the craziest that I can remember in my entire time supporting this magnificent football club. And there's a few goodbyes to say, of course. We see Roy Hodgson will be finishing up at Crystal Palace at the end of the game. Our kit man will be finishing up after in excess of 35 years at the club. We could be saying goodbye to GINI. We could be saying goodbye to a few other players as well. But most importantly, we hope that we bid all of these people farewell with a win, with 3 points, with a great performance, and send the lads off, those who might be gone off to play in the Euros, not into the summer, with happiness, because it's been crazy. As I've said, it's been a real pleasure being with you guys throughout the season, gone through all the highs and all the lows. And for the final preview of the season, I had a bit of an extended chat with our sponsors, Leon from our sponsors, Boyle Sports, I should say. That's coming up a bit later on in the video. But as always, I'm going to start off with my score prediction, my predicted 11, and a bit of a chat around the game. And look, we can't have any mistakes. We've somehow won 4 in a row. 5 in a row gets the job done. This is my predicted score for the game, ladies and gentlemen, and as always, I'd love to know your thoughts on the starting 11 and the score in the chat. Drop a like on the video, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on. Score prediction looks a little bit like this. I'm going to go for a relatively straightforward Liverpool 2-0 win. Hopefully, both of them by Mohamed Salah, so he can go and win that golden boot. But, you know, that's of secondary importance to getting the result, getting the job done. That would mean that if we win 2-0, there'd have to be a 7-goal swing in total with regard to the Leicester City game. So I'm going for a 2-0 win. Hopefully a handy, straightforward, go 2-0 up early doors and coast to victory. But it's Liverpool Football Club, my friends, and nothing is ever that straightforward. But that's what I'm going for. Whether it be hope or whether it be belief, I don't know. But I'm going for a 2-0 home win to the Reds. And now I'm going to switch over and give you guys a little preview of what I think will be 11 that Jurgen Klopp will put on the pitch for this game. So here we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. As you can see, I've gone for Alisson Becker in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back, and Robbo at left back. And look, it's been a bit of a mixed bag for our fullbacks this season. Both have shown a dip in form for varying reasons, but both have been a massive part of this big push at the end of the season. So I'm sticking with them, and I think you'll understand why. Then moving into centre-backs, look, we don't really have any other options other than to go with Reece Williams and Phillips, and again, they got the job done. Nat Phillips was absolutely magnificent in the last game against Burnley. Got himself a goal, but as he said himself, he was happier about keeping the clean sheet and his brilliant goal line clearance as well, in the right place at the right time. And I'm so happy for the lad. I really, really am. He is just a model for keeping your head down, working and taking your chance when it comes. So absolutely delighted for Nat Phillips and for young Reece Williams as well beside him. Hopefully they get us over the line as well at the weekend, and here's to another clean sheet for the boys to finish up. And you know, we can't talk about the game without talking about our beautiful big Brazilian goalkeeper, and probably the most important goal all season, that magnificent header against West Bromwich Albion. I still can't believe he did it, but God bless him all the same. Then we move into midfield, and we've got Thiago Alcantara, who I think we're really starting to feel and see what he can bring to this Liverpool team. He has been magnificent over the last few weeks, and great to see him get this return to form. And maybe it's because of the familiarity of having Fabinho beside him and Gini Wijnaldum there as well. And that's who are in my midfield for this game. Gini could be his last game at Liverpool. Looks like it will probably be his last game at Liverpool, although our manager Jurgen Klopp has been unwilling to say yes or no to that, and you can understand why. But you know, whatever happens, I'm sure Gini will get a massive thank you from the 10,000 Reds inside Anfield, and rightly so. He's been a model professional the entire time he's been here, and if he does leave Liverpool, he should leave with a big pat on the back and thank you for a job well done, in my humble opinion. And then Fabinho, what a season he's had as well. He's had some injuries, he's been played at centre back, but you see the brilliance of the man all throughout the year, and in that midfield role, I think he just gives the protection to that back four and really does help them out. So I think it's no surprise for you guys that that's my midfield trio. And look, up front, we know Diogo Jota isn't going to be available for the game. He could be back for the Euros though, which is great news for Portugal. So for me, it's going to be Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino and Mohamed Salah up top. Will this be one of their last games for the club? You know, there's a lot of rumours going around about Mane in particular, hand on heart. I don't know what the future may hold. But again, very fortunate to have these boys at the club, and hopefully we can get the job done against Crystal Palace. Again, just take a second to say congratulations to Roy Hodgson on a very good career as well. I know his time at Liverpool wasn't one that we'll all look back on fondly, but it was a difficult time in the club's history, and he is a proper footballing man. So whatever we think of him, I think it's only fair that we say a fond farewell to Roy Hodgson for his time in football, because to finish up at the club like he did, to manage his country, to have a career that's taken him all around the world, Europe, everywhere, managing Inter Milan, managing Ronaldo at one point at Inter Milan as well, not the Ronaldo of now, not the CR7, the old-fashioned Ronaldo. It's been a mad career for him, and look, we wish him well, and of course our kit man as well after 35 years. Yeah, it's just mad, and I'm absolutely over the moon that we're going into this game, ladies and gentlemen, with our future in our own hands. I hope that when we see you guys after the game, we'll be celebrating Champions League football next season and trying to figure out how on earth we managed to do it after what we've gone through. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to head over to Leon now from Boyle Sports. I caught up with him earlier on for a chat. I want to ask you, what way are you going to be spending Sunday? How are you going to be keeping track of everything that's going on?
Well, I'm only going to watch Liverpool. I'm going to sit down with my little lad, Logan, he's 7, and we're going to watch the game together. We've watched the last 4 now together.
So he's the good luck charm then.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, like, he's been allowed to stay up late even for the midweek games when he's got to go to school the next morning. But I actually, when the goal went in against West Brom, the smile on his face was worth absolutely everything to me. It's been a tough season for a young lad, because the last 2 seasons he's seen us win the Premier League, he's seen us win a Champions League, he's seen us, even if you go back another year, he's seen us get to a Champions League final. So he doesn't really know anything else bar Liverpool being successful. So this season has been a bit of a reality check for him, that it can't happen every single year. But now that he knows we've a chance to get into the Champions League again next season, and all the big players coming back, his favourite player is Mo Salah / Virgil van Dijk. So he's missed the big man, as we all have. But that's what I'll be doing on Sunday afternoon, sitting down with him. And hopefully, Craig, I think if we come out with the right attitude, we could put this game to bed by half-time. I really do believe that. I think get out the blocks, which we will. 10,000 fans, they're going to be as loud as they possibly can be. And our side and our players, we respond to fans. So I'm convinced Liverpool are going to win. And they're going to win, I think, with a little bit to spare. I know people say we don't do it easy, but we went to beat Burnley 3-0. Yes, Burnley had their chances earlier on. I'm not saying they didn't, but we still beat them 3-0. And it was an accomplished professional performance. Hopefully we get a repeat of that come Sunday.
Yeah, it was a great performance, great swing on the goal difference as well. Really does take the pressure off. I mean, you would imagine a win will do at the weekend. You can't see Leicester putting 5 or 6 clear goals past, or excuse me, Spurs losing by 5 or 6 clear goals to Leicester.
No, and especially the way Spurs are still trying to finish in the Europa League, because it looks as if Nuno is going to be the new Spurs manager. He's leaving Wolves, so I think Europa League football is important for Spurs. They need any financial reward they can get, considering the amount of money they've spent on that stadium. And they might get 100 million when they sell Harry Kane, but they need European football. So that's going to be a tough game for Leicester. I actually fancy Leicester to beat Spurs, if I'm being totally honest. The one game I think that there might be an upset in is Villa v Chelsea. I actually think Villa, with a few thousand fans back, with Jack Grealish back fit, starting, he was instrumental in the victory over Spurs. That's a tough game for Chelsea, to go to Villa and to try and beat Villa in front of their home fans. If you look at where Villa were, Craig, before Grealish got injured, they were having an unbelievable season. They could have finished exactly where West Ham finished. I've no doubt about that if Grealish had stayed fit for the remainder of the year. So they're going to give Chelsea a lot to think about come Sunday afternoon. And me personally, I think Villa are good enough to get a draw. I really do.
Oh, I won't forget that 7-2 anytime soon, Leon. Don't worry about that, mate. I'm well aware of what they're capable of. Right, so for the punter out there, the fancies a little last day flutter. What have you got for us?
Well, look, I've got to go. Look, Mo Salah, he's trying to win the Golden Boot, but more importantly, he's trying to get his club into the top 4. He's very short at 7-4 to be the first goal scorer. And when you're looking just at the prices, just for a bit of value, it's got to be Bobby Firmino at 11-2 to score first. If you don't think Bobby will score first, he's 5-4 to score anytime. I think Liverpool will win. I do feel, however, Palace will score. And one of our former players, Christian Benteke, has been in good form for Crystal Palace. He's rediscovered his goal-scoring touch. He scored, remember those 2 goals against Anfield all that time ago, which was our last defeat before what happened, obviously, this year at Anfield with no fans. So I think both teams to score, Liverpool to win, and I think Bobby Firmino, Bobby's got that little bit of swagger back. He's got that little bit of Brazilian, the way he is, Bobby's had a tough year. I'm not going to say he hasn't, but when Bobby's on fire, he just brings everything together. He really does. So for me, I'm sticking with Bobby. I think Mo will get on the score sheet. I hope he does. I hope he wins the Golden Boot after we qualify for the Champions League, because that's the most important thing. But for Mo Salah to be top scorer in the season that we've had, I think that speaks volumes about Mo Salah. I think it really does. We haven't been anywhere near our best, and he's still up the top end of the scoring charts. Phenomenal season by him.
Right, folks, I'm back in the normal studio, as you can see, and that pretty much covers our preview ahead of this game against Crystal Palace. As always, I want to know your thoughts on the game. I want to know your score prediction, your predicted 11, your thoughts on what I spoke about with Leon, and anything else that you'd like to put in the chat. I'd also want to just take a second to say thank you for everything, ladies and gentlemen, this season. To see our little channel flow to over 100,000, flow, Craig, grow is the word I was looking for, to over 100,000 subscribers has been humbling, to say the least, and we want to just take a second to say thank you for all of your support. It means the world to us. It really, really does. And hopefully we'll all be celebrating come 6 o'clock, I think it is, on Sunday evening. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been our preview, the final one of the season. Keep your eye out, because we're going to have a season review video coming up really soon on the channel as well. Thank you to our sponsors, Boyle Sports. If you are going to have a little flutter on the game, why not download the Boyle Sports app? And don't forget, if you are new to the Boyle Sports app and you're in the UK and Ireland, if you put on your first tenner bet with Boyle Sports, they will match that with at least a tenner free bet. It could be a little bit more depending on whether you're in the UK or Ireland. And all the offers on the app are open to UK and Irish residents, age 18 plus, and please always gamble responsibly. But most importantly, for me, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for everything. Take care, lots of love, and up the Reds.